And it's regarding discussion on the Citrus Memorial Hospital issue. I would like to keep you all up to date with regards to the CMH issue, and as such, that's why I've placed it on the agenda. As you all remember, at the last board meeting, I was appointed as the representative from the board, and I want to make you all aware of what has transpired. As you may be aware, both the Foundation and the Hospital Board have agreed to a lease of Citrus Memorial Hospital to Hospital Corporation of America, which is HCA. This means that the net proceeds of the lease will be placed in a nonprofit trust created between the Citrus County Hospital Board, the Citrus County Health Foundation, and the Citrus County Commission. They are looking to give us a seat at the table. With that being said, they are also looking for some assurances from our board in the coming months. These assurances are waiving our rights to pursue any litigation on the matter, contingent upon us having a meaningful seat at the table when establishing the trust, and possibly an interlocal agreement between the parties. This waiver that we just discussed will come before this board for the board's consideration in the next few months, and maybe before the holidays. At this time, it is premature to attempt to discuss what the exact language of the waiver would be, other than it would be contingent upon this board having a meaningful stake in the establishment and structure of the trust. Obviously, we would have to approve any waiving of our rights or any standing that we may or may not have. In return for that, we would be guaranteed, if you will, a seat at the table with regards to discussion and structuring of that trust. Now we're going to have, that will be detailed, that legal document, and that's what our legal folks, Ms. Parsons, will work with the foundation and trustees attorneys on, and hopefully it will be a joint document that everyone is comfortable with, that gives us the ability to be part of that discussion, at the same time gives assurances to the hospital board or trustees and the foundation board that we concur with how they are moving forward, and we waive our rights to challenge that. So,
well, I guess for myself, I want to be perfectly clear. I don't want to hold myself to agreeable or amenable to anything at this point. I don't have enough information. Right. I don't know the details. I've had no legal advice from you what this means or doesn't mean. I do have concerns, and I know that this is not pertinent to what we're talking about, but I have concerns. As of October 28th, the bond ratings were rated from a B to a B minus. I'm not sure what their operating cash is. I'm not sure where the company is going. I don't know if they have a transaction attorney in place to solidify this deal. I don't know if they have a letter of intent between HCA. I'm not sure of any of the details at this point. And frankly, we received a letter from their attorney representing the foundation that spells out that this board does have a seat at the table.
Right. And
whether it's a lease or a sale. Now, I will go on record and say I agree with what was in the paper today. If we can come to those terms, I really don't care whether it's a sale or a lease. But
I've got just 3 quick points. I'm glad that you're here today to hear this, because it's something that you need to know about too. And let's start off with the first one. Is I do support the idea of an endowment and a board, an endowment board, with the ideas for community medical facilities, treatment and programs flowing back and forth between that citizens board and the BOCC, with disposition of the trust funds by the BOCC. And that's because and the disposition of funds by the BOCC would ensure that it's of course, per the statutes that are in place. And I also support the possibility of an interlocal agreement defining all of those issues moving forward with the hospital board. I support the waiver for the litigation rights, and let's not just say moving forward with that idea. Also, the fact that I believe that the BOCC should have a stake in the trust formation, the makeup, and the members of that. And just 2 points in addition to that was we have some things that 2 points. that the community wants to know, and the second one I believe the community and we as the BOCC want to know. And the first one is the community needs to know more about the proposed wellness center funding, staffing, and programs, and when that proposed joint venture and the location of that venture with the YMCA might take place. I think that should be in the community, on the community record. And the second one is that the community and the BOCC also need to know more about the hospital board's interlocal agreement for the 491 corridor planning study, which will come to the BOCC in the form of public workshops starting on November the 19th for inclusion into the comprehensive land use plan. I think those are some items of mutual interest.